Hey guys, welcome back. Today is a market update insights. I know the last time I made a market update insight was around on the 26th of October, right? And today it is actually 23rd of November. So roughly 1 month ago, right? But if you watch my release of my market update insights around 26th of October, we were somewhere here, right? We were somewhere here, and I said that the market is going to hit a new high, right? Okay, and it did hit a new high, right? Okay, not only that, it did hit a new high, it broke above 2,600, right? 26,000, right? Okay, it broke above 26,000 for the NASDAQ, and I did say in my previous update or in my market insight that last month, right, that I say that after it breaks above 26,000, there might be selling pressure. And since then, after breaking 26,000, it has been on a correction for roughly very close to almost 3 weeks, coming 4 weeks. And I decided, why not I give you an update of how I see the markets based on in a very short term and studying slightly more in the middle term as well, right? Okay, so I'm going to give you that date later on, but I also want to share with you on gold as well, right? Because I do see that the gold market, a lot of people are getting into gold, right? But is it the right time to get into gold, especially recently it had a correction, right? Okay, so but anyway, like I say again, whether I'm using the NASDAQ chart, which you can see on your screen, or even if I'm using the S&P chart, which you can see on your screen over here, right? You can see that the movement is roughly the same, right? Okay, broke new high, then sold off for 3 weeks. Same thing for NASDAQ, all right? So whether I use NASDAQ to analyze or I use S&P to analyze, the price movement is roughly the same, up to even 99%, right? Okay, so do take note, even though I'm using NASDAQ to analyze, right, is applicable to the entire overall US stock market as well, right? Okay, now having said that, after breaking a new high, it has corrected quite a bit, and this correction is slightly stronger than all previous correction that you can see on your screen, right? Previously, it was just correcting a little bit, then move up to a new high, and this time round, it has corrected for about 3 weeks, coming to 4 weeks, and the range or the movement is slightly bigger compared to previous ones that you can see here, right? So if you look at the weekly time frame, right, there is in my technical analysis using the trade to win strategy, a proprietary strategy that I devised just for technical analysis, which you cannot find anywhere else. It has shown our unit TTW bearish price action, right? Okay, which means selling momentum has already confirmed, which also means that we expect that the selling to continue for maybe another couple of weeks to a month, right? Starting from now, right? That is very in the short term. But having said that, I don't expect it to be a big correction, right? It might, but the probability is not high. But the thing here is that I'm looking at it breaking below, right? In the very short term, right? Breaking below 24,000, right? Breaking below 24,000, and even testing 23,000 or even 22,000, right? Okay, after I would say a good ending zone for the correction will be around 22,000 to 23,000, right? Okay, I don't see 24,000 will hold. Definitely it will break down and test 23,000, right? Okay, the probability is very high lah. I could be wrong, right? I'm just analyzing based on my strategy and analyzing the technical charts based on probability, right? Even though probability is high, it doesn't mean it always work out, right? Which is totally fine, right? Okay, we adjust accordingly as it changes, right? Okay, just like last month I said that it's going to break a new high, and once it breaks 26,000, selling pressure will come in and there will be a correction, which it did happen exactly as it is. And that is me looking at the chart at that point of time last month, based on the high probability that it might move, and it did move according to that high probability, right? So I'm analyzing right here, right now, also based on the high probability of how it might move, right? Most of the time, it will be correct, but it's not 100%, right? I hope you understand. Sometimes based on probability, yes, it's high, it might sometimes not work out that way also, right? So do take note of that. Please do your own due diligence. But definitely, I would say in the short term, it might correct for another couple of weeks earliest. If not, then it might just drag on for another two more weeks, right? So it's between a correction of another 2 more weeks to 4 more weeks, right? Hopefully, it's a very small and short correction, which means that 2 weeks from now we can see a starting of bottoming out and starting of a resumption of the rally again, right? Okay, and typically I use our TW strategy to gauge whether the correction is over by seeing whether there's buying momentum, right? So you might want to look at whether there's buying momentum and selling pressure over, right? First selling pressure over, then buying momentum start to come in, and then you can roughly gauge that, okay, maybe the start of the end of the correction is here, and a rally might start again, right? Okay, so like I say, I use TW strategy, which I already programmed into this profit signal. You can see this profit signal, whenever you trigger a green triangle, it means buying momentum is confirmed, right? Buying price action is confirmed, unique to my strategy. And you can see over here, it went up a lot, right? Okay, same thing here. After buying momentum is confirmed, right? Even though it came down, it still went a lot higher after that, right? Same thing for here and so on. But my point here is that right now it is in a correction, right? And the correction already started, right? Is in motion and in progress, and it might not stop so early. But as coming next week, right? Especially early next week, I do expect it to bounce to around 25,000, right? Okay, I do expect it to bounce a little bit to 25,000, or even slightly higher to 25,500, there-ish, thereabout. And after that, another selling momentum might just come in again, right? Okay, so like I say, look out for this very important key support level, which is 23,000, right? Okay, so I would say it might break a little bit below to be over, right? Which is a great thing. Correction is actually a good thing. It allows us to buy some of the stocks in our watch list for a better price, a cheaper price, which would never have happened if the indices or the stock market keep on going up, right? Okay, so this is actually a good thing. I'm very excited for the correction to be over. Meantime, I did some shorts during this correction at the top of this phase, and making quite a good profit, right? Okay, and through my options as well. I hope you did well as well through my market insights. And that's all for me for the stock, overall stock. I'm going into gold to share with you what I think about gold. Because a lot of people have invested in gold and they think that it is a very strong hedge against a correction like this, which somehow or not, yes, the answer is 50% yes, 50% no. Why I say this later on, I will share with you. But that's all for me on the stock side, right? Especially the US stock side, whether it's NASDAQ or the overall US stock market, or even if it's the S&P, is roughly the same, right? Okay, so watch out for those price level. In conclusion, correction is already in progress, right? And it might last for another 2 weeks earliest, or another 4 weeks if it's slightly longer, right? Okay, might be longer than 4 weeks. It remains to be seen, right? But I estimate it to be around 2 to 4 weeks, earliest 2 weeks, if not then around 4 weeks, right? Okay, so look out for that. I'm also, the price point for NASDAQ is around 23,000 points, right? Okay, so let's jump right into gold. Okay, you can use XAU USD, or you can use gold futures. To me, it's the same, right? Okay, like I say again, if you have used my profit signal, which is already programmed by my trade to win strategy into this signal indicator, right? You can see it basically throughout this year, last year, or even beyond, it has been performing really well, right? And giving you the buy points that actually can give you a very good profit after a correction. Recently, there's a correction in October, right? And right at the start of November, there's a trigger for us to buy and make a very good solid profit as well, right? Okay, but coming back to of course, all these I'm talking about, whether it's my trade to win strategy you might want to learn, or even get your want to learn how you could actually get your hands on this profit signal, or even learn how to use this profit signal to get more profits for yourself, right? There's somewhere in the link around here. Do read them. You can actually click to register to actually go for my free workshop where I share with you more about my trade to win strategy, and also this profit signal usage to help you get more winning trades, big winning trades, and profits as well, right? Okay, but let's come back to here. Gold has corrected, a bounce up, now came back down a little bit. This is based on daily time frame chart, but based on the weekly time frame chart, right, you can see that it has accelerated quite a bit, right? Quite a bit. In fact, since 2 to 3 years ago, it has been accelerating, rallying up higher and higher, right? To the point that I feel is a little bit extended, right? A bit extended. But having said that, there's no selling price action, or so-called selling momentum confirmation, right? Okay, there is no confirmation that it is coming down. So it might have a chance, right? It might have a chance to move a little bit up again to roughly 4,002 or even 4,003, right? Okay, but having said that, because it's really very topish, overbought scenario is there. I'd rather at this price point, like 4,079.5 right here, right now, right? I'd rather wait for it to surge up, right, to 4,002 to, okay, especially if I look at my weekly time frame. If there is a selling momentum confirmation, right, okay, I definitely want to get in, even if it doesn't work out the way I mentioned just now, for the price goes to 4,002, right? Okay, so even if the price don't go to 4,002, but there is a confirmation of selling momentum, I might just put in, try my best to find a very good short sell up, and I might even take it as well, right? So overall, slightly more bearish on gold, even though I see that in the near term next week, it might go up a little bit, right? And that's all from me for my update, right, on gold and the overall US stock market. For crude oil, I do see that selling pressure still going on, but I do feel like it might just have a chance to rebound a little bit, and I'm slightly bullish on crude oil, right? Okay, and I leave it up to my next update to share more of all this with you. And the more critical ones that I see here that has a higher probability is what I have mentioned on gold and also the US stock market, right? Hopefully this insight get you more prepared, right, to approach the market in the short term, right, going forward from today onwards. And if you have been watching my video and getting a lot of benefit and insights and helping you to trade better, do smash the like and subscribe button on this channel, right? Okay, we have seen that more than 50% of you have not even subscribed or even liked the videos, even though you have watched majority, like 90% of the video which we produce, right? Okay, and it's very important that you smash the subscribe button so that we know that what we are doing in terms of our content, right? And me producing it actually benefits you, and you are giving us an indication that you want us to do more videos like this, right? So do smash the like button and even subscribe to our video, right? If you like what you have seen in terms of this market insight video, right? Thank you so much, and may the profits be with you, and I will see you real soon in my next market insights update.
I hope you loved the video and learned something new from it. If you want to receive more videos like this, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell for notification. And if you want to learn more about the trade to win formula that I use in my trades, click on the link or button around this video to join my next free online workshop. In the workshop, you'll learn everything from finding the best opportunities to making consistent winning trades in the markets. I'll see you on the inside.